Aw, time for a break, guys. We'll be back soon.
I was in here with two niggas that run hot. What's up, guys? This is Corey, also known as QC Rideshare, just hitting you with another one. And so we had just talked about yesterday about someone who is new to the gig economy. Now, what do you do? And one of the things I talked about in that in that podcast, and if you haven't heard that podcast, please go back and listen to that one first. One of the things I talked about was about your vehicle safety. We kind of touched on, tires, things like that. But I just want to really hit that point home because vehicle safety, when it comes to the gig economy, could be your most expensive thing that you deal with. And I want to talk about a couple other things that you might have to deal with as well. And the reason why I say this is because a lot of insurers won't cover the gig economy. And so you're kind of left to you're left to the insurance of the provider. And if you know anything about how like Uber and Lyft's insurance works, most of their insurance is based off a tier system. So you get one level of coverage if you're just online. You get another level of coverage if you're online headed to a ride. And you get another level of coverage if you're online with the customer in the vehicle. And so, depending on the situation, if your vehicle is not maintained, that kind of nullifies all that. And so, they are expecting you to do regular checks on your vehicle to make sure that all of your safety items work. So, if you have airbags in your vehicle, they're expecting your airbags to work. They're also expecting to obviously keep up with your safety inspections on your vehicle. These things, if you end up in an accident, and I always joke because unfortunately no one ever thinks they're going to get into an accident until they get into an accident, and no one ever sees the major issue with major what's the word? No one ever sees the major repercussions of being in an accident until they are in an accident. So the liabilities that you face, and my experiences in insurance, and I think I mentioned that before, but the liabilities that you face for not keeping your vehicle safe and having an at-fault accident could financially bankrupt you. And so I really want to just stress that home. The other thing that I really want to stress to you guys is that there are ways, because you're going to be in a situation where you're using your vehicle more, and so that's going to push up your regular maintenance on your vehicle. So instead of a situation where you need your oil change every 3 months or something like that, you're probably going to be in a situation in which you need to change your oil every month or every 2 months, whatever the case may be. And so taking them to a shop can be very expensive. And I have a previous YouTube video on how to change your oil and save, ways that you can save money with changing your oil. And I really encourage you to check that out because your oil changes. I'll give you an example. And this is something that I've noticed. So a lot of times you'll get a coupon in the mail saying $19.99 oil change. And it'll say for conventional oil and regular filter. Well, in most situations, most newer cars use synthetic oil, so that $19.99 doesn't apply. And if you have over 75,000 miles on your vehicle, you need a high mileage oil and you also need a high mileage filter. So none of those meet those criteria for that $19.99. So a lot of times people will go into the dealership or shop looking for that special, and then they'll turn around and they'll end up spending $70, $80 for an oil change. Now, I say that because a oil change, the oil costs about $24 and the filter costs about $8. So you can do the math. That could save you $40 a month just right there. Also, gas rewards cards. So Lyft does a great job because the more you drive, the more you qualify for discounts on our gas prices, and they'll give you a gas, and you can get that. But also taking advantage of existing companies like Exxon has a rewards program. I see Exxon has one. What is it called? Shell has one. I know in some areas Sunoco has one. Sunoco's not in my area. QT and Speedway, they all have rewards programs. You need to be investigating that to make sure that you can save money on gas. Um, and just remember, even if you're driving part time or partially, saving money is saving money. So if you can save money on gas, that applies everywhere. If you can save money on your oil changes, that applies everywhere. So it's not just a gig economy thing. That's just common sense. So um, definitely consider those things. I'm going to touch on those. Look, there's comments associated with this podcast. Um, if you can, leave a comment as to things that you believe may benefit um, someone who is getting new in the gig economy. Because I know I missed some things. But until the next one, peace. As always, check out all the podcasts on the Gig Podcasting Network. We're trying to do some really cool things here. We got a couple things in the working, but right now we got 5 podcasts live, and we're trying to get some more out there and get some content out there. And until the next one, peace.